Hello there, this is Jessica from Jakari Designs. I got this awesome new tripod that I'm recording from right now, and I figured I would show you guys how I do my wallets. I use the Necessary Clutch wallet pattern, and I will post the link to my post. And it's a really easy to follow pattern, and there are a lot of videos on how to do it, but I'm going to make my own video, and I hope you like it. So I already have my top part of my wallet done, and a few of my lanyard hooks, and I also have my clutch wristlets. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to figure out where everything needs to go on my wallet top. This is the inside of the wallet. I normally put my little connector piece right here. And I do that. So my next step is I go over to my cutting table and I grab this awesome piece. It's for the main body of your wallet. And I always just put it over here like that. And then I use a Sharpie, prettiness, and I just do a circle. I always cut out where the circle is supposed to be, and then I just do a circle like that, and I put my fabric stabilizer there. And then at the top of this, I want to make sure that I have my top piece to my wallet correctly, and so I take this piece and it has these lines. So then I just, as you can see, I already did it. So I do that to all my pieces I'm working on, right side out. Oh, yep. And we're gonna flip it like this. Make sure the side that is your exterior is touching your right side of this fabric. I flip it around and then I just look. I wanna make sure that these match up so it's perfect, because I am a perfectionist. Especially with these wallets, they have to be perfect. Okay, so then I just pin it. Yeah, when you put these lines here, it makes it so much easier to complete this project. Okay, so to do your top part of your wallet right here, where the twist lock's gonna go through and it's gonna turn, you use these two pieces. And I got these off of Amazon. They're a pretty good price. How it's gonna work is this one's gonna be on this top. This one is gonna be on the bottom. And when the hole's there, these two are gonna go together. They fit perfectly together. And then these little prongs pull to the side. And I'll show you how I do that. It's kind of a silly way. Anyway, so what I do is I use my ruler. I don't know if you could tell that there's a ruler here. And I just see where the middle is. It's right at that. And then I just take my Sharpie. I take Sharpies and I use Sharpies all the time. They're really useful when I sew. And I just put this piece down as a guide, and then I just draw a circle. That's it. And then if you want, you could also fold it in half. And, you know, just do a little, you know, like a half circle like that, and then just cut it. So once I do that, now that I know where my hole's gonna go, I get my seam ripper. Here's my seam ripper. And I just start a hole on it. These scissors are my lucky charm. They're used for your nails, but if you see right here, it has a little circular curved. So what I do is I put it in here and I just follow the curve. And I like to actually go around my circle just because it works better that way when you put the twist lock in. And you see how nice these scissors are? When I discovered this idea for myself, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing. They should make these for sewing. Oh, the grumpy cat. He just looks so mad. Okay, so should be perfect now. What I like to do is I put my piece in here and just see, and it should be like that. I like to clean it up a little bit. Sometimes I use fray check in here so it doesn't fray, but honestly I've lost it. I don't know where it's at. But what I do is I put fray check on my finger and I just go like that. And it seems to work. That was kind of odd. Attention, because I'm about to do something out of the ordinary. I take my heavy scissors and I pound the prongs into the piece. There we go. And then I just make sure it's even. It looks good. And that's that. Okay, so now we go down to the bottom piece. What I like to do is I pull this over like this, because I want it to be equal. And the best way to figure that out is to do this, honestly. So the pattern says measure 2 inches up. And so if you have your ruler handy, oh, thank goodness, for once I actually had it handy. You just go like this. You measure from the middle, you see where that is, 2 inches up. What do you think I'm using? Sharpie. Awesome Sharpie. So that's where I'm gonna have it go, right there. And I take the other metal piece, has these 2 slots in it. What's gonna happen is your twist lock is gonna go through there, and then you push these prongs to the side. So what I do is I use this piece because it's helpful to me. And I get it in the middle here, make sure it's lined up, and then I use my Sharpie. Then I'm gonna take my handy dandy seam ripper, poke through, try not to hurt myself, because that has happened. I don't want to turn out like this grumpy cat. Okay, so first, I want to make sure that I poke those holes perfectly, and also make sure the placement is perfect. So there's that. Perfection. Okay, so right now I'm going to put more glue right in here to make sure that there's some extra stability and that this will stay on for a long time. Don't be like me. Don't wait to get your fabric tack. This thing. It's like, I don't have much left. I need to buy some more. Waiting for Black Friday. That's hard to do. Okay. Stay. Okay. So now you're going to poke it through the right side. Make sure you're on the right side of the fabric. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, there it is. Okay. Here's that handy dandy little piece I used as a pattern for my holes. So then you're just gonna pull it to the side. And I don't normally use my my scissors again. I think that's good enough. So that's all ready. So the next step is we're gonna take the other piece and put it on top, the lining piece. Let me go grab that right now. Okay, here's my lining piece. I put a hole in it. The pattern does not say that, but this makes it the easiest to turn it around and not have to figure out where you're gonna put your hole to turn it around. So, when I do this, I just want to have it, sorry. This is my first video doing this. Okay, you want to have it right side up. And then you just go around. I really don't pin that much during this one. I just do the sides, make sure the sides are the same. Okay, and this part is kind of a pain in the butt, so I always put a needle rot there. Okay, So I normally start right where the top of it is, right before it, because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some back stitching right on the corners. So see, I'm back stitching. Okay, I'm going to back stitch again, right there where the connector is and the edge. Okay. Ow. These needles hate me. Okay, so I'll go around. Make sure it's flat. My tripod's getting in my way. Sorry, folks. I normally just do another one just to reinforce this stitch. Okay, so that's that. Make sure you cut that off. You take your needles out because these don't feel very good if they're left in your wallet. Okay, so next part is I take my awesome pinking shears and I go around the curved areas, because if you don't, then you're gonna have issues with it being cinched on the sides and it won't lay flat, and that'll just be annoying. I have a trash can right next to me. I swear I'm not throwing my trash on the ground. My mama would be so proud. Okay, now's the fun part. You're gonna flip it out. I normally pull this part just because it's just the easier way to do it. And then I kind of use my fingers and I go like this. Just to push it out. Next, we're gonna go iron. Okay, the next part we're gonna do is we're gonna iron this down because we're gonna wanna do a top stitch all the way around. So when I iron it, I make it so this little twist lock is on the outside. It just makes it easier, trust me. Okay. Try to stay clear of those hot steam, because that would stink. Been there, done that. And then I normally flip this around and make sure everything looks okay. And I might do a little extra right there. Okay, so when I go to top stitch, I start on the side. And just go around. So fun. And I do another back stitch right there. Okay, this part I make sure that this little thingamajig, this connector piece, is going the right way and it's not going that way. And then I do another back stitch. Just very simple, you know. Just try to make it as easy as you can. Just because sewing is supposed to be fun. I know my bobbin is running out, so I'll try to keep an eye on that. I love this presser foot. It's so thin and narrow. Okay, so just make sure your needle is up. And I use these scissors so much, even though they're for nails. Figure if it works, why change it? Okay, let's see.